Hello, good afternoon. I'm Wim from Perfect ID, and I will tell you about Palmki. That's the new way of authentication. But first, let's show something. So, authentication only with a hand. You don't need anything else, just your hand. And why is authentication so important? Well, at the time, when there were small groups, everybody knew each other. So I could say, hey, I know you, you can come in. But with bigger groups, that became more and more difficult. We didn't know each other anymore, so we needed to invent some things to authenticate. We invented keys, badges, which we all know right now, smartphone apps, or even a combination of all those things, which isn't really comfortable anymore. But the main thing is, with accessories, you can pass them on to somebody else. So that means that the rights that a badge have, for example, that is my right. If I give it to you, it becomes your right. And so your authentication is worthless. So that's where biometrics come in. Biometrics are personal, unique in most cases. They're very comfortable because you always have your biometrics on you. It's part of your body. It's hygienic because you can do it in a contactless way, and very environmental friendly. You don't need raw materials, no energy to produce these accessories that you need for authentication. Now, everybody has a smartphone, I guess, so that means that you're aware with fingerprint or Face ID. So there's a strong public support on biometrics. But there is one difference. You have internal and external biometrics, and that is a difference. Because fingerprint, Face ID, that's the outside of your body, and that's easily to fraud with. Internal biometrics, like your palm vein, is something that is very difficult to fraud, because it really is on the inside of your body. And if we compare the false acceptance rate, so the accuracy of the biometrics, you see a big difference between Face ID and palm vein. And it speaks for itself, because an identical twin looks alike. Very difficult to make the differentiation by Face ID. The palm vein pattern of an identical twin is unique, but then really unique. So that makes a difference. Now, how does it work? So you have that very complex palm vein structure in your hand, and the infrared sensor captures 5 million points and transfers that into a code. So it's not an image. And every time you put your hand on a sensor, it will verify that code that is stored in the system. So very easy, but very secure, because you need blood flow. So if anybody would run away with your hand without you noticing, it won't work anymore. If you want to store the code on a badge, that is possible as well. And so that means, GDPR-wise, that the biometric data stays with the user. Of course, then you have the discomfort that you need the badge again. But that's it's the one or the other. Now, the authentication is one thing. What you can do with it is something else. So that can be access through a door or a speed gate, but also payments. You can link your biometric hand to your bank account and pay with it. You can do ID management with it. So no login, no password anymore. Can't forget it, can't be stolen, just your hand, and you get entrance to your database. Now, just to make sure, we already have some strong references, so you can use it in any domain or any business you want. We use it, we have installed it within the government, the European Parliament, in the football stadium with Ghent, where all license holders can now come in just with your hand, no need of their badge anymore. With Nike, it's for ID management and high security like data centers or diamond factories. So 4 minutes is not long enough to talk about anything on all details. So I would invite you at booth 371 if you want some more information. Thank you very much.